Right, we're up and running. All right. And then we'll do the fugitive last. I think that's Galligan.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we'll do that one last since it requires a little bit more. All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today is December the 19th, 2022. The time is 10:38 a.m. I am Judge Daniel Nagel. This is Clayton County Magistrate Court first appearance. Before I meet with each one of you individually, I'm going to go over some information with you. Please pay attention as, some of the things that I'm going to go over with you now will make it a lot easier and a lot faster for us to get through this and get your paperwork processed as quickly as possible. All right. First and foremost, I want to let you know that today is an informative hearing versus an evidentiary hearing. What that means is this: I'm going to give you information. I'm not going to ask, and you are not required, and please do not present any evidence as it relates to your case. That means don't talk to me about the facts of your case. Don't talk to me about what defenses you have. Don't talk to me about why the police officers got it wrong. Don't talk to me about any facts about your case, all right? The information I'm going to go over with you are as follows. Number one, I'm going to go over the nature of the charges against you, whether they are misdemeanors or felonies or a mixture of both. Number two, any bond amount, if there's going to be a bond issued in your case. Number three, if there are going to be any special conditions of your bond. The most typical types of special conditions are no contact with a certain person. If you are instructed to not have any contact with that person, they do not exist in your world. Otherwise, you end up right back where you are right now. All right, so they do not exist in your world. Second type of contact is no violent contact. No violent contact means you can be around the person, just no yelling, screaming, kicking, cussing, punching the air, punching holes in the walls, things of that nature, to where they would think that they're going to receive some form of violence from you. And then lastly, a stay away provision from a certain location. If you are told to stay away from a certain location, just like to stay away from a certain person, if you go there, you are going to get locked up again and face the possibility of not receiving any bond, okay? Because you will have then shown that you are not paying attention to what a judge tells you. So if you're told to stay away from a certain person and or location, just don't go there and you won't have any problems, okay? I have reviewed each person's case individually, so please do not ask me for an OR or a signature bond. If you know what that is, then you probably wouldn't qualify anyway. And if you don't know what it is, then that's a good thing. That means that this is probably your first time being here and hopefully your last. So I'm going to assume that everyone has already asked me for one. It's been considered and denied. Okay, so please don't ask me for a recognizance or a signature bond. All right. Also, I'm going to let you know when your next court date is. Your next court date is called a preliminary hearing. Your preliminary hearing, or prelim, is an evidentiary hearing. In that hearing, you can present evidence if you want to, through yourself or through your lawyer. And you can have the lawyer make the state prove your case, not beyond a reasonable doubt, but just probable cause or preponderance of the evidence, okay? So it's a much lower standard, all right? If you bond out of jail, you will not have a preliminary hearing. Your case will either be sent to the state court of Clayton County if it's misdemeanors, or the Superior Court of Clayton County if there are any felonies involved, okay? So if you bond out, the court date I'm going to give you, you don't have to go to it. Just make sure that your information is correct with the clerk's office or the bonding company, all right? Lastly, I'm going to ask you if you want to either represent yourself, which is not advisable, whether you want to hire your own attorney, or if you would like to apply for court-appointed counsel. It's your right to pick which one of those you want to do, but you do need to make a decision, at least right now, today. You can always change your mind. If you want to hire your own attorney today, but you can't do it, later on down the road, you can get a court-appointed attorney if you qualify. If you want a court-appointed attorney now, but later on you want to hire your own attorney, that's fine as well. But we just need to know what pile to put your application in, whether it's yourself, hire your own attorney, or apply for court-appointed counsel. Each of you had an opportunity to fill out an application. Hopefully you did so, because if you didn't, I can only assume that you want to hire your own attorney or you're going to represent yourself. All right. Lastly, I'll ask you if you have any questions, but keep in mind, if your question isn't, what are my charges? How much is my bond? When's my next court date? And a question about your lawyer, I'm probably not going to be able to help you out. All right. I don't know about what bonding companies require, so don't ask. They're private entities. I can tell you, as a practicing lawyer over the last decade in Clayton County, your typical bonding company will be somewhere between 10 and 20%. So for easy math, if your bond is $2,000, a bonding company is probably going to charge you somewhere between, let's see, 10% of 2,000 is 200. 20% is 400. So for every $2,000, you're somewhere between $200 and $400. That's not set by me. That's set by the individual bonding companies. Okay. I don't know what type of paperwork they need. I cannot instruct the jail to give you access to anything, whether it's your cell phone, your wallet, or whatever. If you need to get some of your belongings, or you need to get something from your belongings, you're going to have to go through the proper mechanisms at the sheriff's department. Okay. I'm very limited in what I can and cannot do. All right. My job is to just make sure that your rights are being protected, and we go over this certain information with you. Okay. So again, if you have any questions, you'll be able to ask them, but just keep those things in mind that I said not to talk about. All right. Because I'm going to cut you off, and we're not going to go into it. All right. So with that being said, we'll start with the female side first, and then we'll go over to the male side. Make sure you speak loudly and clearly, because some of you are wearing facial coverings, and I just want to make sure that I've got the right person and we understand each other clearly. And so we can start with Jada Clay. Yes. All right, can you tell me your name, please?
Jada Clay.
All right, Ms. Clay, thank you for speaking up. I appreciate it. You are charged with 1 misdemeanor count of theft by conversion, 1 misdemeanor count of obstruction, and 1 misdemeanor count of simple battery on a police officer. I am going to grant a bond on all of your charges, okay? The bond on the theft charge is $2,000, the bond on the obstruction is $1,000, and the bond on the simple battery is $1,000. So your total bond is $4,000, okay? Let's see, your next court date is going to be on January the 10th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can review your application, see if you qualify for a court-appointed attorney. What do you want to do?
I want a court-appointed attorney.
Okay. All right. All right, I will do that for you. Do you have any questions about your case?
No, sir.
Okay, all right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right. Cooper. All right, what's your name, ma'am?
Rachel Cooper.
Okay, Miss Cooper. You are charged with 1 count of simple battery and 1 count of criminal trespass. Now, both of these are misdemeanor charges, okay? I am going to grant a bond in your case, all right? And just understand, and this is for everybody, just because the case continues now, the threshold is not guilty or not guilty. It's just, is there enough evidence to go forward, okay? And it's a very, very low bar, all right? So on the simple battery charge, it's going to be $2,500, and on the criminal trespass, it's $1,000. So your total bond is $3,500. Okay. Now, you do have a special condition to not have any contact with Daquan Johnson. I don't know what your relationship with that person is. Do y'all live together?
Not anymore.
Okay, got it. All right, well, good. So remember what I said earlier, just make sure that that person, you don't go near them, don't call them, text them, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, any of those types of things, okay? Just stay away from that person until your case is resolved. That's probably going to be what's best for you. All right. Your next court date is going to be on January the 10th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date, okay? You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do?
Yeah, one for me.
Sure. Oh, well, you filled out everything except the signature part, so I'm just going to put that you agreed on Zoom, okay? All right.
I have a question.
Yep, give me just a second. Because I was going to ask you that. What is your question?
There was 2 court dates on there, the 10th and the 13th.
Yes.
So we need to show up for the 13th, right?
No, the 13th is a bond hearing date. So that's for people who do not bond out, right? But if you bond out, you won't need to go for either one. You won't need to go to either one of those. Just make sure that your information is correct with the clerk's office, okay?
All right.
Do you have any other questions? Okay, good luck.
Thanks.
All right, what's your name, ma'am?
Amanda Davis.
All right, Miss Davis. You are charged with 1 count misdemeanor of improper lane change, 1 count of misdemeanor hit and run, and 1 count of misdemeanor driving under the influence. I am going to grant a bond on all of those charges, okay? On the improper lane change is 500, on the hit and run is 1,500, and on the driving under the influence is, 3,000. So your total bond is $5,000, okay? Your next court date is going to be on January the 10th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do?
Court appointed.
Okay. Let me see here. Okay, I will do that. Do you have any questions about your case?
No, sir.
Okay, all right, good luck to you. All right, what's your name, ma'am?
Marissa Hodo.
Okay. Miss Hodo, give me just a minute. All right, ma'am, you were charged with 1 count of criminal trespass, which is a misdemeanor. I am going to grant a bond in the amount of $2,500, okay? You do have a special condition to not have any contact with Shavonza Harris.
Yes.
Yeah, so, you know, whatever y'all have going on, it's best that y'all not be near each other, at least right now. Let things die down. And then, you know, you just let your case work itself out, and I'm sure you'll be all right. Now, let's see, your next court date is on January the 10th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date, okay? You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do?
One for me.
Okay. All right, I will do that. Do you have any questions about your case?
No.
Okay, all right, good luck to you. All right, what's your name, ma'am?
Myers.
Okay, just a moment. Mr. Myers, you were charged with 1 felony count of violation of Georgia Controlled Substances Act and 1 count of misdemeanor count of possession of drug-related object. I'm dismissing it because there's no evidence that what you had was actually drugs. I have no idea. It just says a white substance. For all I know, it could have been flour, sugar. I don't know. So the officer just didn't do their job. And so it's not my job to interpret what they mean. So I'm dismissing it. Do you have any questions?
No, thank you.
All right. Oh, well, let me make this announcement. Hopefully everybody can hear me. If I dismiss a case, or a specific charge, it could come back later. I'm not saying that it's going to. I'm just saying that it could. I don't know if they're sending that thing off to the GBI or not, right? But for misdemeanors, the statute of limitation is 2 years. For most felonies, the statute of limitation is 4 years. So I'm not telling anybody to look into it. I don't know if they will or not, but I forgot to make this announcement generally, but just if it happens, it happens. But I'm dismissing it for right now, okay? All right, good luck to you. All right, what's your name?
Pierre Reynolds.
Okay, Miss Reynolds. Give me just a second. All right, Ms. Reynolds, you're charged with one count of simple battery, family violence, which is a misdemeanor. I am going to grant a bond of $3,500. Okay. You do have a special condition of your bond to not have any contact with Peaches Young. Now, I don't know, this happened a while back, so I don't know if y'all are on good terms, bad terms, or whatever, but just stay away from that person until your case can get resolved. Okay. Your next court date is January the 10th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You have the right to hire your own attorney. I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do?
Appoint one for me.
Okay. All right. Do you have any questions about your case?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you. All right, what's your name?
Eddie Richardson.
Ms. Richardson. Ms. Richardson, you were charged with one count of simple battery family violence. Who is Jonathan Richardson to you?
Special needs son. He's mentioned.
How old is he?
He's 22.
22. All right. Well, I reviewed this and I'm dismissing it. I don't know who started it or what, but clearly there's more to the story than what's going on here. And you're too old to be here. I know it can be difficult. Just make sure, when things get tough, just trying to find a better way to kind of deal with things so stuff like this doesn't happen to you. Okay. All right. Let me see. Do you have any questions about your case?
I do, sir, but I don't know if it's the right question to ask you.
Okay. Well.
It's concerned to me because me and my son live together.
Uh-huh.
I get in trouble. He's in here now. I'm so afraid for him.
Yeah.
If you're dropping my case, if you're dropping this or dismissing it, would it be dismissed against him because he didn't know any better?
Yeah. His case is getting dismissed as well.
So did that mean or do I have to?
Do what?
Do I get to go home or do I have to?
As long as you don't have any pending charges somewhere else, I don't know of any reason why Clayton County would keep you. Now, it's going to take a while to process your paperwork and to process your son's paperwork, okay? So as long as you behave, you'll be free to go. And I'm going to tell him the same thing when he comes up. As long as he behaves, he'll be free to go.
Okay, I don't have to be bonded out or anything? No. Okay.
Nope. Case dismissed, 0 bond. All right, good luck. All right, what's your name? Hold on one moment.
Let's see your first and last name.
What's your name?
Sergeant Walker.
Okay, give me just a moment. Unable to sign. Okay. Ms. Walker, you are charged with 1 misdemeanor count of criminal trespass, 1 felony count of violation Georgia Controlled Substances Act, and another count of violation Georgia Controlled Substances Act. I am going to grant a bond for the misdemeanor criminal trespass. Your bond is going to be $1,000. And then for each count of VGCSA, it's going to be $3,000. So your total bond is $7,000. Now, you do have a special condition of your bond, so pay attention, okay? Do not go back to 175 Lake Mirror Place, which is the property of Terra Plastics Corporation. Just don't go over there. That's not for you, okay? Stay away from it. Your next court date is going to be on January the 9th for your prelim hearing, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint for you. What do you want to do? Okay, why didn't you fill out your paperwork?
They didn't give me.
What?
They didn't give me any.
No, everybody else got one.
I didn't get one.
Okay. All right. Give me a second. Somebody wrote on here, unable to sign. You didn't write that?
No.
Your Honor, we were given special conditions to grab her at the moment of first appearance because she's in disciplinary at the moment.
Gotcha. All right. Are you currently employed, Ms. Walker?
No.
All right. I'm going to put that you agreed on Zoom. All right. I'll grant you a request for a court-appointed attorney. Do you have any questions? Oh, any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, you're good to go.
Thank you.
All right.
Your Honor, that's all the females.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you very much.
Have a good day.
All right. Give me just a moment, sir. Let me grab y'all's paperwork. Okay. All right. What's your name?
Sergio Alvier Villarreal.
Okay, Mr. Alvier. You are charged with 1 count of criminal damage in the 2nd degree, which is a felony offense. I am going to grant a bond of $5,000. Okay. Also, do not have any contact with Misael Alviar Villanueva. Okay. Is that a relative of yours?
That's my twin brother, sir.
I see. This happened about a little bit over a month ago.
Yeah.
Do y'all live together?
Nah, we don't live together.
Okay. All right. Well, for the meantime, just don't have any contact with them until your case is over with or your bond conditions change. Okay. And you'll be all right. Your next court date is going to be on January the 9th. But if you bond out, you don't have to go to that court date. Do you want to, you have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What do you want to do?
I want to get a public defender for right now.
Okay. That's fine. I will do that. All right. Do you have any questions about your case?
No, no, right now.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Look.
All right. What's your name?
Sir,
What's your name?
Davion Barlow.
Okay. Davion Barlow. All right, Mr. Barlow. You are charged with 1 count of battery. Let me see. Okay, this was about a week ago. All right, it is a misdemeanor offense. I am going to grant a bond of $4,500. You do have a special condition to not have any contact with Renee or Ronne. I don't know how you say it. Allison. Okay. Your next court date is going to be on January the 10th. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do? Okay. All right, I will do that. Do you have any questions about your case? Okay, all right, good luck to you. All right, what's your name, sir?
Right, Ryan Blue.
Mr. Blue, you are charged with 1 count of criminal trespass, which is a misdemeanor. Oh, yeah. I am gonna set a bond in your case. However, I'm gonna set the bond at $40,000. The reason why I'm doing that is because the evidence in front of me is that you have not received the message that you don't need to be going over there where you're going. And if what I'm looking at is true, you're probably going to face a bond revocation or additional charges for aggravated stalking based on your behavior. So I'm going to tell you again, just like another judge told you, do not have any contact with Ashanti Jenkins. Do not go back to the location of 4293 Sierra Drive in Forest Park. That's not for you, so stop doing it. You've already been told once. I'm telling you again, and I don't know if you're going to be able to. I don't know if you're going to be able to make this bond or not, but you need to understand, leave that person alone. They don't exist in your world. Don't look over there. Look at me. Stop going over there. You keep getting yourself in trouble. For what? It's not worth it. I would imagine you don't like being locked up, so stop doing it. It's very simple. You can go anywhere in the world you want except there. Don't do it again. Your next court date is on January the 10th. If you bond out, you don't have to appear for that court date. Again, I don't know if you will or not. You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do?
No, everybody. We go find my phone.
All right. All right, I'm going to do that. Do you have any questions about your case? Any questions?
No.
Okay. All right. Good luck.
Mr. Claiborne. Mr. Claiborne.
All right. What's your name?
Brandon Matthew Clyburn, sir.
Okay. Mr. Clyburn. Thank you, sir. Let's see. All right, Mr. Clyburn. Similarly, to the last gentleman, you are charged with one count of misdemeanor criminal trespass. Give me just a moment. I am going to grant a bond in your case. The bond is going to be $20,000. Mr. Clyburn, don't go back to the airport, sir. It's very simple.
There's only one thing, sir, I wanted to say.
Hold on. Listen to me. Listen, it's very simple, okay? I'm going to give you an opportunity to talk, okay? Just all you got to do is listen, brother. You can go anywhere you want except there. There's a great big world out there. Stop going to that one little spot, okay? I'm trying to help you out because you keep getting arrested for the same thing. And I would imagine you don't like being arrested.
I don't,
and it's
sir.
very simple. Other people have bigger problems. This is a small problem that's easily avoidable. Don't go back, okay? Now, your next court date is going to be on January the 10th, okay? If you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. How do you want to proceed with an attorney?
I'm sorry, sir. What was that?
Do you want me to appoint you an attorney, or do you want to hire your own attorney?
I would like a public defender, please.
Okay. All right. Mr. Claiborne, are you currently employed? Are you employed?
No, sir.
Okay. Have you ever served in the military?
No, sir.
Are you married?
No, sir.
Okay. And do you have any children?
Hey. Yes, sir.
Okay. How many children do you have under the age of 18?
One son. One, sir.
All right. Very good. All right. I'm going to put that you agreed to a public defender on Zoom. Okay. All right. Now be very careful with your question, okay? Because remember, there are a lot of things that I can't talk to you about, but what is your question, Mr. Clayton?
Thank you for giving me a chance, sir. I just wanted to address the court and firstly say that, you know, I have been kicked out of the airport before, but I do know my church is there. I am a believer, and it's just the house of God is there. So I tend to go there to go to church services sometimes, and if not, you know.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm all for you exercising your First Amendment right to worship wherever you choose, and I appreciate that you seem to be a man of faith. However, you have to pick a different one. Okay. Maybe you can do it via Zoom. A lot of churches do Zoom proceedings, or they're on YouTube and things like that. But you just can't go back there until all this is wrapped up. If you need some type of exemption, then you need to get with your church clergy or you know, leader of the church and work that out. But somebody doesn't want you there. So just don't go back until you get legally go back. Okay. All right. Any other questions?
No, sir. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Rest of the court.
All right. What's your name, sir?
Melvin Davis.
All right. Mr. Davis. All right, Mr. Davis, you are charged with 3 counts of violation of Georgia Controlled Substances Act. Looks like they're all felonies, warrants ending in 267, 268, and 269, and then 1 misdemeanor count of obstruction. I think that's a misdemeanor version. Let me see. Oh, let me back up for 1 second. 267 is a felony, 268 is a felony, 269 is a misdemeanor, and then the obstruction is a misdemeanor. Okay. So I am going to grant a bond on the charges. For 267, it's $15,000. 268, it's $15,000. 269, I'm going to change that. We'll change that to 5,000. And then the misdemeanor obstruction is 1,000. So 35, 36. So your total bond is $36,000. Okay. You do have a preliminary hearing set for January the 9th. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. Now you have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do?
I get an attorney.
Hey, fix your shirt.
Okay.
Okay.
You said you want to hire your own attorney?
Yes.
Okay. All right. That's fine. Do you have any questions about your case? Okay. All right. Good luck to you, sir. All right. What's your name, sir?
Griffin.
All right. One second. All right. Mr. Griffin, you are charged with 1 count of simple battery family violence. It is a misdemeanor, and I am going to grant a bond of $3,000. My understanding is that this involved a teenage stepson. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Give me just a moment. Now your situation is a little bit different than the young lady who I talked to about the incident with her son. Okay, yours is a little bit different. I'm not going to say you can't have any contact, just no violent contact. Okay, don't you heard what I said earlier about no violent contact, right?
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
Okay. And listen, I understand. I get it. I have smaller children than yourself. But you know, look, you're the adult. You have to deal with things in a productive way. I know if they get rowdy and things like that. I know how teenagers are these days. It's different. It's definitely different.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. But you know, look, you're the adult, just deal with things in a more civil manner, and you know, hopefully it doesn't rise to this in the future, okay? So just don't have any violent contact with Demir Campbell. Your next court date is on January the 10th. If you bond out, you do not have to appear for that court date, okay? Now you have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What do you want to do?
Can you appoint?
Yes, sir, I will do that for you. Do you have any questions about your case?
No, sir.
Okay, all right, Mr. Griffin, don't come back, okay?
I appreciate it.
All right, good luck. All right, what's your name, sir?
William Magny.
All right. Okay. We skipped over Mr. Harvey. All right, Mr. Magny, give me just a moment.
Okay.
All right. All right, Mr. Magny, you are charged with one count of terroristic threats. The bond is going to be $2,000. One count of simple assault. The bond is going to be $3,000. So your total bond is going to be $5,000. Okay. Now, as part of your bond, please do not have any contact with Jashana and Javon Gilmore. I don't know what your relationship is to them, but just don't have any contact with them. Do y'all live in the same residence?
Yeah, that's odd. Yes, I just recently rented that residence.
Okay. Well, I'm going to put that if you need to get anything from the residence, at least for now, then just make sure you can do it through the sheriff's department. Okay. They'll be able to assist you in getting any belongings that you have from there. Just don't show up with the piece of paper saying, judge said I could come in here. No, don't do that, because you're going to get yourself in trouble. Do it the legal way, do it the right way. It's for your own good and their own good and things like that. Okay. Now, next court date is on January the 9th, but if you bond out, you don't have to appear for that court date. You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do?
Can you appoint an attorney for me, please?
Okay. Okay, I will do that. Do you have any questions about your case?
I do need to contact my attorney or some person or whatever. How do I do that?
So what will happen is once the public defender's office receives your application and things like that, you'll get assigned an attorney and they'll reach out to you before your next court date.
So, okay, so for the most part, now if I find a private attorney, can I pay them to buy me out, or how's the bond thing work?
Well, you have to go through a bonding company to bond out. An attorney doesn't do that, but so it's two separate issues. One is your attorney, second one is bond. They're completely unrelated. Okay, so you'll just need to contact a bonding company about the bonding procedures. I can't give you any specific guidance on that.
So the only other thing is I do have to make a phone call to Javon to try to make arrangements to get some stuff done.
No, use the sheriff's department. Don't call Javon. Do the sheriff's department. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Good luck to you. All right. What's your name, sir? All right. Clean, you are charged with one count of disorderly conduct. It is a misdemeanor. The bond is $1,500. Okay. Your next court date is on January the 10th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do?
You want a lawyer or no? Say no. Okay.
I said, yeah, man.
You figure something out, man. Like I said, first I can break you on family, but family shit. And this shit, man, we gave Christmas Eve.
Do you want a court lawyer or do you want to hire your own?
I gotta go do it.
Huh?
Yes.
All right. Then I'm going to appoint you a court-appointed attorney. Do you have any questions? All right, I don't hear any.
You got no questions?
All right, good luck to you. All right, what's your name, sir? All right. Mr. Myers, you are charged with one count misdemeanor of possession of drug-related objects and then one felony count of violation of Georgia Controlled Substances Act. I am going to grant a bond on the drug-related objects is going to be $1,000, and on the Georgia Controlled Substances Act violation, it's going to be $3,000. So your total bond is $4,000. Okay. You do have the right to hire your own attorney. Well, your next court date is on January the 9th. But if you bond out, you don't have to appear for that. Do you want to hire your own attorney or do you want me to appoint one for you?
You can appoint one for me, sir.
Okay. Are you currently employed?
No, sir.
Okay. Are you married?
I'm married. I'm a bad diabetic.
Okay. Do you have any children?
Brittany Myers, as you spoke to earlier, and one other one, Amber.
Okay. How many of them are older than or under 18?
None of them. They're
all right. Did you hear what happened with your daughter's case?
I heard, yes, sir.
Okay. Well, I'm sure that made you at least a little bit happy, but your case is a little bit different. A little bit different. Have you ever served in the military?
No, sir. I wish I would have.
I understand. I get it.
My other daughter is Army sergeant.
I got you. All right. I am going to grant your request of a court-appointed attorney. Do you have any questions about your case?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you.
I would think.
Hey, do we have Michael Harvey?
No,
Okay, so he's not present?
no, sir.
Okay. Interesting. All right. I wonder if he's going to be on for tomorrow. I'm going to say this can be ordered. Tomorrow. All right. What's your name, sir?
Jonathan Richardson.
You said Richardson?
Yeah, Jonathan.
Give me just a second, Mr. Richardson. All right. Mr. Richardson, did you hear everything that I told your mother?
Yes, I did.
Did you understand everything that I told your mother or no?
Yeah, I understood.
What happened? What did I do with your mother's case? What happened?
Yeah, dismissed her case, and I appreciate it.
Okay. Very good. I'm asking you the questions because, you know, your mom said that, said some things. So I just want to make sure you understand. So, I'm dismissing your case as well. Okay.
Thank you.
Now here's the deal. Something happened between you and your mom and it got out of hand. That's what we do know because police got involved. So, you know, you and her together, y'all got to do a better job of communicating and handling things like an adult. Okay. You're not a little kid anymore. You're an adult. That's your mom. Right. So y'all need to deal with things in a more proper adult manner so the police don't get involved because you could have gotten yourself hurt. Your mom could have got hurt. Y'all could have hurt somebody else unintentionally or intentionally. So just make sure you don't handle yourselves like that and handle yourselves in a proper manner. Okay. And the reason why I'm dismissing it isn't because you didn't do anything wrong. It's just that police couldn't determine who was the primary aggressor. And I can't determine that either. And I don't want to assume it was you. And I don't want to assume it was her. So anyway, do you have any questions? Okay. All right. Good luck to you. Don't come back. All right, what's your name, sir? What's your name?
Carlos Smith.
All right. I'm missing a bunch of people. Mr. Smith, you are charged with 1 count of criminal damage to property in 2nd degree. The way that it's worded is a felony. I am going to grant a bond of $2,500. And just because it's this way now doesn't mean it can't be changed later on down the road. So just, it's not guilt or innocence. It's just, hey, is there enough evidence? Okay. You do have a special condition of your bond to not have any contact with James Walker. I don't know if you know this person or not. If you do, don't go near him. If you don't, easy enough not to go near him. Okay. Just don't have any contact with that person. Next court date is going to be on January the 9th. But if you bond out, you don't have to appear for that court date. You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna see about one.
What's that?
You try to give me one.
Okay. So you want me to appoint one for you? Okay. All right. Do you have any questions about your case? Okay. All right. Good luck to you. What's your name, sir?
Michael Schuler, sir.
All right. Mr. Schuler. Mr. Schuler, you are charged with 1 misdemeanor count of obstruction. The bond is $1,000. 1 misdemeanor count of defective equipment. The bond is $500. 1 seatbelt child restraint violation. The bond is $500. 1 failure to change address on license. The bond is $500. And then forgery in the first. Give me a second. The bond is $3,000. Okay, so that's 4, 5, 5,005. So your total bond is $5,500. Okay. Your next court date is going to be on January the 9th. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. Okay. You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What do you want to do?
You can appoint one for me.
Okay. All right, I will do that. Do you have any questions about your case?
No, sir. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you, sir.
All right. You too.
All right. What's your name?
Stacy Williams.
Okay. Williams, you were charged with 1 count of cruelty to children in the 3rd degree, which is a misdemeanor. The bond is $2,500, and 1 count of battery family violence, which is a misdemeanor. The bond is $4,500. So your total bond is $7,000. Okay. You do have a special condition to not have any contact with Kiara Copland, or it might be Copeland. I'm not sure. Both. Your next court date is going to be on January the 10th. Wait a minute. That can't be right. Oh, yeah, it is. January the 10th. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do? There was a delay. Say that again.
You go appoint one for me?
Okay, got it. All right, do you have any questions about your case?
Yes, I do. When I was in intake during the interview, I was told that I was supposed to go to court, but I never received the mail. So I don't know how that was supposed to go.
I don't know what.
They said they had put the warrant out the same day the situation happened. So I don't understand how I was supposed to go to court. They never sent the mail. Only mail that I got was from child support.
Oh, I see. I don't know what to tell you. I signed the warrant back in October of this year. So that means that you haven't gotten any more trouble since October, which is a good thing. But something happened to where you made contact with police. So I don't know. This is your court date for the warrant. They wouldn't have sent you anything in the mail. Once a warrant is issued for arrest, they're not going to let you know. They're just going to get you. You know what I mean? But yeah, if you have any other court dates, I don't know. I can't tell. Okay.
Okay.
But you know, as long as we're just here to discuss this issue. Do you have any other questions?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Oh, you said the bond was 7,000 too, right?
Yeah, 7,000 total. Yes. All right. I have people that we didn't see is Christopher Reed. Is Christopher Reed there?
He's OR bonded out as well, sir.
Oh, he did? How did he bond out if I didn't give him a bond?
Got an OR bond. We're back giving OR bonds now.
Oh, I thought they wrote that on there. I was about to yell at them for writing I was like, what are you doing writing Oh, okay. All right.
No, sir. Yeah, no. That was me. That was me trying to let you know that they OR bonded out.
I got you. Okay. All right. That makes sense. All right. Let me.
I didn't send up the email and I didn't want to take the chance of not knowing anything at all or having any type of nothing. So I wrote on there that they OR bonded.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine. That's okay. All right. So give me a second, sir. Let me write this. All right. I was like, the audacity of them to write OR bond on the paperwork.
That would be something.
Well, yeah. All right. It looks good now. It looks really good. All right. We're good. All right. What's your name, sir?
Louis Galligan.
All right, Mr. Galligan. Give me just a second, sir, because your first appearance is a little bit different than everybody else's. Extradition script. All right. Mr. Galligan, it's still the morning, so good morning. I'm Judge Daniel Nagel. This hearing is what is called an extradition hearing, okay? A fugitive warrant has been issued for your arrest. You do not have charges pending against you here in Clayton County. You have been brought to court today because you have charges pending against you in
Indiana.
Indiana, that's right. I didn't want to be presumptuous and say one of our neighboring states, okay? And that state is requesting that you are returned to answer to the charges of felony. For larceny, okay? In accordance with the laws of the state of Georgia, you are brought before me for an explanation of this proceeding. You have the right to contest the legality of this warrant and all extradition, or you may waive your right to extradition proceedings and voluntarily be returned to the state requesting your detention. Before you inform me of whether or not you wish to waive extradition, let me explain to you the following rights. You have the right to be represented by an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to represent you. If you desire to contest the legality of this extradition proceeding, then you must file or have filed on your behalf a writ of habeas corpus. You will be allowed a reasonable amount of time to file such writ. You may file a writ of habeas corpus to contest the extradition. The writ of habeas corpus can only contest one of the following, okay? Whether extradition documents are in order on their face, whether you are charged with a crime in the demanding state, whether you are the person named in the request for extradition, and whether you are in fact a fugitive. You cannot contest the issue of your guilt or innocence in this state. You are entitled to the advice of an attorney in deciding whether to contest or waive extradition if you want to. If you waive extradition, the state of Indiana will have 30 days to come and get you. If Indiana has not picked you up in 30 days, you will be released. That's if you waive it, so they'll have 30 days. If you contest extradition and the state is unable to extradite you within 30 days, you may be committed to the county for an additional 60 days awaiting your extradition. Okay, so if you waive, they've got 30 days to come and get you. If you contest, they'll have a total of 90. Okay, do you wish to waive extradition and be returned to Indiana, or do you wish to have a formal extradition proceedings?
I wish to waive it, but I just have a few questions for you.
Oh, Okay, let me do this real quick. Well, actually, what's your question?
So they have 30 days. Do you know generally how long that usually takes?
I do not. I believe, and don't quote me, but I believe they'll have 30 days from today once you sign the waiver.
Okay. And they generally wait 30 days to come and get people?
I wish I could tell you, man. I really don't know. Depending on the state, some of them do it very quickly. Some of them don't do it quickly. They wait for the last minute, and some of them just don't do it at all. And then you'd be free to go.
And then you said I'm called a fugitive, but I never knew I had a warrant.
No,
My
I
dad-
understand.
My dad
Yeah.
just died, so I was going to London, England.
Yeah,
and they
don't
arrested me at the airport.
Yeah, don't tell me the facts of your case, okay? I understand where you're coming from. Like I get it. I get it. So the only thing I need to know is whether you want to waive or you want to have a formal proceeding.
Yeah, I'm going to waive it. And Indiana's going to get notified immediately that I sign this?
Yes.
Probably, yeah, because a lot of the jurisdictions are connected interstate database and things like that, but they know you're here, or they know that you're wanted, and I'm sure they're going to get some paperwork saying that you're here. All right. So let me ask these couple of questions. Are you making this decision freely and voluntarily?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very good. Well, then you should have some documents in front of you. When you sign those, the sheriff's department will send it back over to me, and then I'll get it signed and sent it back, and then they'll be able to get the clock ticking for you. Okay.
So happened today?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. Your Honor, how many copies of the waiver of interest do you need? Do you get all 6 of them, or does he keep one?
6, all 6. Yes.
Okay, you get all 6. Okay, gotcha.
Yes. Yeah. So, Mr. Galligan, we'll get you, squared away in just a moment. Okay. All right.
That completes this morning's first appearance calendar for that excuse.
Okay. Yes, sir. And I'm going to appoint, I don't think you need it, but I'm going to appoint a court-appointed attorney on here for you. But again, I don't think you need it because you don't have any charges here.
I don't have any more court dates, do I?
I don't think so. I mean, because like I said, they're probably, January 9th is what, 10 days from 30, 20 days out. You don't really have any business here in Clayton County. The issue is up in Indiana. So,
see, and then the funny thing is, my folks called Wayne County, and they were acting like to them, they wouldn't care if you guys released me.
yeah. Well, unfortunately, I've got paperwork in front of me that, says otherwise. But, like I said, I think your worst case scenario is you got 30 days. I know that sucks and it's not great, but if they don't come and get you in 30 days, then my understanding of the law is you're good to go. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Happy holidays, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. Y'all be safe. And I'll wait on those waivers.
Yes, sir.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.